I think one devotee can also read. I'm just sharing with everyone this song. It's a very important song. I hope you like this song, right? I think once you read the meaning, you'll further understand it. One second. Okay. I shared this song in the chat with everyone. So please read one by one. Two paragraphs translation you can read one by one. Okay. Sumartaji, please continue. Very much.
Prabhuji, next two, I'll go next.
Yeah. Yes, Mataji. So, Garimataji, please quickly read.
Yes.
Yes.
Devarshi Narad understanding of this divine science was obtained from Brahma. This great sage Krishna Devapanya Vyas, who was empowered to compile the Vedic literatures, become a disciple of Devarshi Narad. Sripada Madhavacharya, or the founder of Sudaveta Dvaita school of Vedanta philosophy.
Dvaita. Not Dvaita. Dvaita. Actually, Shuddha Dvaita.
Shuddha Dvaita. School of Vedanta philosophy, who visited Vyasadev at Badrikashram in the 13th century to learn from him Vedanta philosophy, calls himself a servant of Krishna. Devapana Vyasa Purana Prachna Tirtha Madhava is the guru and sole refuge of Padmanabha Tirtha.
Okay. Yes. Second, we'll read. So basically, Narada, Krishna gave knowledge to Brahma, Brahma gave to Narada, Narada gave to Vyas, and Vyasadeva gave this knowledge to Srila Madhvacharya. Madhvacharya's another name is Purna Pradnya Tirtha. उनका दूसरा नाम क्या है? पूर्ण प्रज्ञ तीर्थ. He became the guru of Padmanabha Tirtha. Read two paragraphs, Mataji, second and third. Yeah, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Second, the two principal disciples of Madhva are Narhari Tirth and Madhva Tirth. Madhva Tirth accepted the great Paramahansa Akshobhai Tirth as disciple. The principal disciple of Akshobhai Tirth was known as Jaya Tirth. Jaya Tirth's service was for his disciple Jnana Sindhu. Third, Dayanidhi received the science of devotional service from Jnana Sindhu, and the servant of Dayanidhi was Vidyadhira Tirth. Rajendra Tirth became a disciple of Vidyadhira Tirth.
Vidyadhiraj.
Okay. Vidyadhiraj Tirth. Rajendra Tirth servant was known as Jai Dharma or Vidyadhwaja Tirth. In this way, you should properly understand this disciplic section.
So, what is telling? Parampara jano bhalo ei mate. You should properly understand. No, don't be lazy in understanding this. You must know all the names of your predecessors, your spiritual predecessors. Okay, that's why we're singing this song, because today we're going to discuss about ISKCON Disciples course, and being a disciple in ISKCON means actually knowing entire Guru Parampara properly, because that's what Srila Bhaktivedanta Thakur is asking us here. Parampara jano bhalo mate. Read further. Who is going to read now? Fourth and fifth.
Should I go?
Aditya, read. Yes.
Am I audible clearly?
Yes.
The great sannyasi Sri Purushottam Tirtha received his knowledge in the service of his guru, Vijayadhwaj Tirtha, Jai Dharma. The principal disciple of Purushottam Tirtha was Subramanya Tirtha. His servant was the great Vyasa Tirtha, Vyas Rai. Vyasa Tirtha's servant was Lakshmipati Tirtha, whose disciple was Madhavendra Puri Goswami.
Yes. Who will read further? Next two stanzas. Please read. Quick. Please, somebody volunteer.
Prabhuji, which paragraph?
Dayanidhi received the science of devotional service from Jnana Sindhu, and the servant of Dayanidhi was Vidyanidhi, Vidyadhiraj Tirtha. Rajendra Tirtha became the disciple of Vidyadhiraj Tirtha. Rajendra Tirtha's servant was known as Jayadharma or Vijayadhwaja Tirtha. In this way, you should properly understand this disciplic succession.
Shivam, you read again, right? He already read 4th and 5th. You're supposed to read 6th, I think. Aditya bro, you read till 4th?
I read 4th. Now
Fifth.
5th is next.
The chief disciple of Madhavendra Puri was Ishwar Puri. And two of his other disciples were renowned.
Chief disciple of Madhavendra.
Yes, read. Quickly read.
The chief disciple of Madhavendra Puri was Ishwar Puri, and the two of his other disciples were renowned incarnation of Godhead Sri Nityananda and Advaita Acharya. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the spiritual preceptor of all the worlds, made Ishwar Puri greatly fortunate by accepting him as his spiritual.
So nobody can make Krishna as his disciple. Krishna chooses his own spiritual master. Here, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is written here. He chose. He made fortunate. Generally, the disciple becomes fortunate actually when it's accepted by a spiritual master. But when Krishna comes, Krishna is who is Krishna? Krishna is Krishna Vande Jagat Guru. Krishna is a spiritual master of entire three worlds. So who can make Krishna as one's disciple? But Krishna, just to set an example, he becomes disciple. So in his pastime also, he becomes disciple of Sandipani Muni. And when Lord Krishna comes at Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has also become disciple. Disciple of whom? Srila Ishwar Puri. He made Ishwar Puri very fortunate. Why he made Ishwar Puri fortunate? Because he was so surrendered to his spiritual master. Who was spiritual master of Ishwar Puri? Madhavendra Puri. Okay. Who will read next? 6th.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dhanavad Pranam. Mahaprabhu Sri Chaitanya is non-different from Sri Radha and Krishna and is the very life of those Vaishnavas who follow Sri Rupa Goswami. Sri Swarupa Damodar Goswami, Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami were the givers of great happiness to Vishwambara Sri Chaitanya.
Read further. So Mahaprabhu Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is non-different from Radha and Krishna. And he is the life and soul of all the Goswamis and all the devotees who follow Rupa Goswami. So who follows Rupa Goswami? So we all follow Rupa Goswami. We are known as
Rupanugas.
Rupanugas, है ना? तो हमें रूप गोस्वामी के फॉलोअर जाना जाता है. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's life and soul of all the Rupanugas. No, he's supposed to be. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not our life and soul. We should understand it. He should be our life and soul. Yes. And Sri Swarup Damodar Goswami, Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami were initiated by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Read next. 7th one. कौन पढ़ेगा अभी?
The great Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
पढ़िए कोई पढ़िए please.
The great soul Jiva Goswami and Raghunath Das Goswami become very dear to Rupa Goswami. Jiva Goswami was a disciple of Rupa Goswami and Raghunath Das Goswami, a disciple of Advaita Acharya's disciple Yadunandan Acharya, was accepted by Rupa and Sanatan as their third brother. Raghunath Das Goswami's beloved student was Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami. Krishna Das Kaviraj was an intimate friend of Lokanath Goswami. They lived together in Vrindavan and always discussed the topic of Krishna with one another. Lokanath Goswami, a disciple of Gadadhar Pandit, had only one disciple, whose name was Narottam Das. Narottam Das was always engaged in the service of his Guru, and he also engaged himself in the service of his Guru's intimate friend. Thus, he became very dear to Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami. To serve to serve the feet of Narottam Das Thakur was the only desire of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, who was the fourth Acharya in the disciplic succession from Narottam Das.
Thank you. Thank you. So we are understanding Guru Parampara here. Yes, read further. Who will read 8-1?
Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur was the Shiksha Guru, instructing spiritual master of Baldev Vidyabhushan, to whom he brought the perspectives of Srimad Bhagavatam. Jagannath Das Babaji was a very prominent Acharya after Shri Baldev Vidyabhushan and was the beloved Shiksha Guru and was the eminent Mahabhagavati
Prabhuji, voice is breaking,
Babaji
Prabhuji.
Maharaj,
He's done, I think.
whose soul joy in Hari
Whose soul was found in Hari Bhajan? Whose soul was whose soul joy was Hari Bhajan? Hari Bhajan ete jara mod. कौन है वो? गौर किशोरदास बाबाजी महाराज. गौर किशोरदास बाबाजी महाराज किसके शिक्षा डिसाइपल थे? भक्तिविनोद ठाकुर. Bhaktivinoda Thakur was a disciple of Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj. Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Shiksha disciple of Sri Baldev Vidyabhushan. In this parampara is given. 9th one, who will read? Quickly, somebody please volunteer.
Prabhu, shall I read?
Read.
9 to
Read. Your voice.
or duties of
माता जी आपका भी ब्रेक हो रहा है एक्चुअली आवाज.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, can I read?
Yeah, read.
Important. The three saintly Vaishnavas are all Paramahamsas or devotees of the highest order, and they are all part of Lord Jesus' own spiritual family. They are my refuge. No resources, and I am poor and low representing Sannyasi named Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati.
Thank you. माता जी आपका भी आवाज थोड़ा सा it was a little jerky but no problem. So basically all these are greatest devotees and he's calling himself, I have no interest in devotion service, and poor lowly 320 sannyasi. In his humility is expressing. And the last paragraph is written, not written by Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, it is written by Bhakti Charu Maharaj. The last stanza of this poem. Who will read?
Prabhuji, shall I read?
Yeah, read, Mataji.
The renowned Shri Prashadhanavi Daitya Das, the initiated name of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, is always engaged in the service of his spiritual master, Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji. His foremost disciple preacher is Sri A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, who has spread the message of Lord Chaitanya throughout the world and is thus a reservoir of mercy and compassion for all fallen souls.
Yes, रोंगटे खड़े होने चाहिए. सुनने के बाद लीजा Srila Prabhupada. He said, so he writes here, Tara Pradhan Pracharaka Shri Bhakti Vedanta Namo Patite. भक्ति चारू महाराज ने लिखा है लास्ट वाला जो पैराग्राफ है, क्योंकि भक्ति सिद्धांत ठाकुर के बारे में नहीं लिखा था इस सॉन्ग में, बट इन गुरु परंपरा continues, right? So that's why this 9th stanza has been added. So what is your observation when you read this song? When you read the meaning, what is your observation here? And some devotees quickly share. Our Guru Parampara. What is the nature of our Guru Parampara?
Hare Krishna.
Yes.
Yes. So one thing I observed was that all the disciples always aspired to be the servants of the lotus feet of their spiritual master.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you for sharing. Any prominent observation you see in this song?
How important it is. Sorry.
Reno Agrawal Mataji. Mataji, आपका दीक्षा नाम क्या है? Sorry.
Rang Radhika Devi Dasi.
Yes, Mataji.
Rang Radhika Devi.
Yes, Rang Radhika.
How important it is to be connected to the Guru Parampara.
Yes. He has asked us to properly remember this, properly understand this Guru Parampara. So there is a Shaukra birth and there is a Shrauta birth. There are two kinds of births. Shrauta means hearing. Shukra means by seminal birth and the birth by initiation. Shaukra and Shrauta. So generally, your family might have this family chart or family history. अब जैसे मैं मारवाड़ी बैकग्राउंड से, तो मेरे घर में जागा जी आते हैं और उनके पास में पूरा बड़ा बड़ा नोटबुक रहता है और पूरा फैमिली ट्री का उसमें लिखा रहता है, उसमें कौन सा आपके फैमिली ट्री 10 जनरेशन पहले भी सारे नाम रहते हैं, वैसे मेंटेन किया जाता है केयरफुली। तो वो तो भौतिक जन्म के बारे में है, परंतु हमारा जो आध्यात्मिक जन्म है, it is mentioned that every life we find, material mother and father, every lifetime we're going to have different sets of mother and father, but the spiritual master is our eternal spiritual master. So it is our eternal connection with the parampara. So we should very carefully understand this parampara, as Mataji mentioned. What is your another observation? Thank you, Mataji, for sharing. Any other observation? Very important fact. Yes.
May I add one more?
Yes.
So our parampara is mostly based on shiksha more than diksha.
Yes, this is one of the very key observations here, that our parampara is a shiksha parampara. Here you find Bhaktivinoda Thakur, his spiritual master was different. His spiritual master is mentioned here as Jagannath Babaji Maharaj. But Jagannath Babaji Maharaj only Shiksha Guru of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So we understand here even Baldev Vidyabhushan is a Shiksha disciple of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. He was initiated in Madhva Sampradaya, so not even our Sampradaya. He was initiated in Madhva Sampradaya. But he came to Gaudiya Sampradaya and accepted Shiksha in Gaudiya Sampradaya. So in this we understand that our disciple succession is a Shiksha line. And I don't know if this point was highlighted, but this point must have got discussed, that both Diksha Guru and Shiksha Guru are equally important. Sometimes even Shiksha Guru is even more important, actually, like here the weightage is given, because you get initiation and sometimes you may not be that much in touch with Diksha Guru. But the Shiksha you receive from your spiritual master, that forms your devotion, that forms the spiritual identity, that elevates you in Krishna consciousness. Among all the Shiksha spiritual masters, actually, we choose where we resonate more. We choose that spiritual master as our Diksha Guru, where we are inspired most, whom we like to follow most, who inspires us most. At the same time, again, we may realize, or by spiritual master only, we might be handed over to some other Shiksha Guru, like Jiva Goswami is handed over. Jiva Goswami, who handed over his disciples to Jiva Goswami? Who were disciples, Shiksha disciples of Jiva Goswami?
Ramanand Pandit.
Yes, Shyamanand Pandit, Srinivas Acharya,
Narottam Das.
Narottam Das Thakur. They were not direct disciples, but Loknath Goswami disciples. Narottam Das Thakur, you understand. Hruday Chaitanya, Shyamanand Pandit. So in this way, they handed over the disciples to Jiva Goswami for Shiksha. So sometimes the spiritual master himself may offer a disciple for Shiksha purpose to Shiksha Guru. And both spiritual masters are equally important. That's what Chaitanya Charitamrita says, actually. Because they're speaking the Krishna's message, and Krishna's message is identical, and in the end, actually, all spiritual masters, they're representative of Krishna. So Guru is one, ultimately. Krishna is supreme spiritual master. And through different personalities, Krishna may empower different devotees actually to transmit the same message, because the message is same. So all the spiritual masters are same. I think that's what you learned in the previous sessions. Any question based on this before we move ahead? How many of you had already sung this song? कितना लोग पता था इस song पहले से? किसी ने नहीं गाया अभी तक इस song? So make a point that periodically, at least periodically, we go through this song and we understand our parampara, which is very important, because people are generally very proud of their material birth. Janma Ishwara Shuta Shigire Tamadada Kumar. People generally become very proud of their material birth, but we should be very proud of our spiritual birth. We have taken birth in a spiritual family, in a Gaudiya Vaishnava family, and who are great predecessors. Now the session is different. Otherwise, in each of these personalities, we can discuss for hours. Actually, each of these personalities, their lives and their works and their books, so much of contribution they've given. And when we hear about them, we become so proud that see where I'm connected to. No, I'm not connected to ordinary family. So all these great acharyas have come, and my name will be written down as one of the disciples, right, in Guru Parampara. All these acharyas are, where are they and where I am? Somewhere I've got to elevate myself. Otherwise, I won't fit in this exalted. Anyways, we are not going to fit actually. It's just a mercy that we have been allowed to be part of such a glorious parampara. Such a great mercy actually. The very line in which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Rupa Goswami, Narottam Das Thakur, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Bhaktivedanta Thakur, Srila Prabhupada have come, in that same line our name will be added. Okay, you are also there. Right? How fortunate we are. We understand that. So we start with the prayers and then we begin. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manovishtam Stapitam Yena Bhute Swayam Rupa Kada Mayam Madati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagar Jatam Sagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Setam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalitan Sri Vishakhan Vitamsha Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesh Shunyavadi Pashyatya Deshatarine Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Namine Shri Varshavanavi Devi Daitaya Kripabdaye Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Daine Prabhave Namaha Madharu Jula Premadya Shri Rupanuga Bhaktida Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namostute Namaste Gauravani Shri Murte Dinatarine Rupanuga Vruddhapa Pasiddhanta Dvanta Harini Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshad Vairagya Murte Vipralambar Sambode Padambujayate Namaha Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Sachidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Sarupaya Rupanuga Varayate Gaura Virbhavu Mestam Nirdesha Sajjana Priya Vaishnava Sarvama Shri Jagannathayate Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Chaitanya Namine Gaur Krishe Namaha Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhaktashaktikam He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Jetam Surato Pango Mama Mandamate Ergati Vatsarvaspadambojo Radha Madana Mohano Divyarundaranda Kalpadrumada Shrimad Ratnagar Simhasanasto Shrimad Radha Shri Govinda Devyos Prestalivi Sevamano Smarami Shriman Sarasarambi Vamshivada Tatastita Karshan Venu Sunair Gopi Gopinatha Shri Estuna Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Shradhi Rundavaneshwari Rushabanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare हरि बोल। तो दूसरा टास्क पहला तो मैंने आपको टास्क बताया, लिख सकते हैं कि आपको परंपरा सॉन्ग है पीरियोडिकली गाना है उससे एटलीस्ट ऑन सर्टेन डेज, एटलीस्ट ऑन भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर's appearance and disappearance day, because he has written this song, or any acharyas, Madhvacharya, any other acharyas, actually, their appearance or disappearance, we can sing this song. Second task, second assignment for all the devotees who are present here is to remember entire Mangalacharya, his Guru Pranam entirely, remembering not only Srila Prabhupada Pranati, but Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Pranati, Bhaktivinoda Thakur Pranati, Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj Pranati, Bhaktivinoda Thakur Pranati, Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Pranati, then remembering entire thing. So there's another task. So it is mentioned here, Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha. तो पहले तो मेरे गुरु महाराज को मैं वंदन करता हूँ, उसमें बाद में लिखा है श्री गुरुन Vaishnavamsha, and then I bow down to all my spiritual preceptors on the path of bhakti and all the Vaishnavas. So we in ISKCON, which is very very important learning in this IDC course, generally we tend to respect only our own spiritual master, कि भाई मेरे गुरु है, क्यों? क्योंकि उन्होंने मेरे सारे पाप ले लेते हैं मेरे और मेरा उद्धार करने वाले, बस उनका ही पूजा करेंगे. नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है. All the spiritual preceptors which come in our life, every single spiritual preceptor, and we are really grateful for the contribution, and we acknowledge their contribution in our life. So along with the spiritual master, all other spiritual preceptors are also equally respected. On the Vaishnavas also respected. Shri Guru Vaishnavamsha. So Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam. Vande Guru, no, spiritual masters. I bow down to all spiritual masters. Yes. So this was our Mangalacharan. So what did you learn? A few things, from last session. Quickly, help me recap. So I know quite a few devotees here, and probably just you can mention your name was already there, and you come also in Zoom chat. Please mention name of your counselor and place you're from. Just for little identification. I know few devotees here. My Rishi Kumar Prabhu is also there. Prabhu, please give me a blessing. And Radhika Madhashi. Already few initiated devotees are part of this. So I seek your blessings.
Nimai Prabhu is such a senior devotee.
No.
Anyways, this is not a glorification program. So we have come to hear from you. Nice, Prabhu. Thank you.
So please kindly introduce yourself. I seek blessings for Rishi Kumar Prabhu and Radhika Madhashi. Senior devotees here all initiated. Before me also actually. So I seek your blessings that we can represent proper spiritual message actually. The GBC want to pass down to all of us. So I'll be putting in a chat. Mataji mentioned, what is difference between Madhav Sampradaya and Gaudiya Sampradaya? Both includes Brahma Sampradaya, right? Yes. So when Mataji asked this question, what is the difference between Madhva Sampradaya and Gaudiya Sampradaya? So our Sampradaya known as क्या कहा जाता है हमारे संप्रदाय को, कहिए बताइए. तब तक बाकी लोग डालिए आपके नाम, आपका काउंसलर का नाम और कहाँ से प्लीज. तो हमारे संप्रदाय को how do we call our sampradayas?
Brahma Madhav Gaudiya.
Madhav नहीं, Madhva. Right, आ गया. Yes, Brahma, Madhva, Madhav और Madhva. नियमत जी आपका आवाज बहुत there are glitches actually in your sound because I think that. So our sampradaya is known as Brahma, Madhva, Gaudiya Sampradaya. So initially knowledge was given to Brahma, Shri, Kumar and Rudra. So in a Brahma Sampradaya, when knowledge is given to Brahma, Tene Brahma Rudaya Adi Kavi. Who is Adi Kavi?
Brahmaji.
No.
Lord Krishna.
Yes, Krishna is Adi. Krishna gave this knowledge to Brahma. Tene Brahma Rudaya Adi Kavi. Muyanti Yat Surya. ये कहाँ पे आता है श्लोक ये?
Bhagavatam
1.1.1 Bhagavatam 1.1.1. तो पहले इसमें परंपरा आ जाता है कि this knowledge is given to Lord Brahma by Krishna. This knowledge is given to Brahma and this knowledge was given to Narada. So Bhagavad Puran actually has our disciple succession. Brahma gave this knowledge to Narada, Narada gave to Vyasa. And Vyasadeva, he is eternally present. He is one of the Chiranjeevis. So Vyasadeva is still there. Badrikasha, Upper Badri. And Madhvacharya, when he appeared in the 12th century, Madhvacharya, he climbed Himalayas. And he went to Badrikasha and he met Vyasadeva. And he had some doubts regarding Mahabharata. He got resolved actually, got answers directly from Vyasadeva. And he understood the conclusions from Vyasadeva. That's how, there's a long gap, otherwise 5,000 years almost. More than 4,000 years, right? Between Vyasadeva and Madhvacharya. So Madhvacharya took this knowledge, and in Madhvacharya's parampara came very special devotee. Is called as root of our Gaudiya Sampradaya. Who is he?
Madhavendra Puri.
Yes, Madhavendra Puri. And Madhavendra Puri specially exhibited special flavors of loving sentiments towards Krishna. This Madhurya Rasa. So special loving sentiment, devotional sentiments, which is not particularly seen before that. That's how it got forked. आप लोग जो IT में काम करते हो fork बनाते हो ना Git में, तो ऐसा fork हो गया अगला. और our fork is known as Gaudiya Sampradaya. Why is called as Gaudiya? Because this Gauda Pranta. The entire region is divided into Panch Gauda actually. There are 5 Gauda Prantas, right? And we, our Sampradaya period in Bengal is called as Gaudi Sampradaya. Got it, Mataji? Okay, I'm just reading your names quickly. I'm also understanding further Parampara, Guru Parampara, all your glorious disciples of great teachers, Shiksha Gurus. Yes. So my humble, I think I didn't introduce myself, and very first time I know few devotees. That some devotees are part of a group and regular programs. But myself, Toshan Nimai Das, I am serving in ISKCON and VCC temple as a brahmachari. Yeah, I teach some online courses and I written few books. So this was my little introduction.
Prabhu, may I add something more?
I was trying to. They already some devotees.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji. Please, we would like to hear more from you.
Okay. So I know this is not a glorification program, but still
30 seconds. Whatever you can tell.
One minute, just allow me to. Okay. So Toshan Nimai Prabhu is a very senior devotee here in NVCC. He's been a devotee from Kunjibihari temple, and then when new temple came up, he had come here. I remember I had gone to his mother's when she was father, I think, dead bed. So they had cancer. So Prabhuji served her mother, father very seriously. And after I think they passed, then he joined full time. He has written many books. He was the one key person in the book distribution, especially the Bhagavad Gita competition, which has been held in many schools and colleges all around Pune and around other places of the country also. So he was the main initiator in that activity, going to various schools, talking to them. He many times tells very nice stories to children. And they said, I would like to take the Gita. I would like to appear for the exam. And like this, Radheshwar Prabhu always stresses him so much and brings him in picture, especially in book distribution and in youth preaching also. Some 2-3 years before, he has written 2-3 books, which were also been appreciated by the past president of our country, Pranab Mukherjee. And recently, I think some 1 year before also some book was written. I have not read it, but the previous 2-3 years book.
The captain. The captain.
Yeah, I'll share my book. It's on Srila Prabhupada actually, because it's very relevant to this topic. We wanted to highlight Srila Prabhupada as founder Acharya of ISKCON, and all the new people who come to ISKCON, they should have idea about who is Srila Prabhupada, what is life, what are his basic teachings. So related to that, I written this book actually. I'll show because it's about Srila Prabhupada, so that's why I'm showing this book, Captain book. Yeah. Okay, Mataji is writing. She has read and she liked this book. Thank you, Mataji. Yeah. So this recently got translated in Hindi. Otherwise, it's in English. Yeah. Okay. I think. Thank you to introduce me. Very well. Okay, we'll start. There are so many things to talk about actually. Okay. So what did you learn quickly? Few lessons.
Prabhuji, in the last class, we learned that about the initiating vows. We talk about the 4 regulative principles during the time of initiations. So those are the 4 pillars of Dharma.
Right. Yes. Anything else you learned? So the main point you learned was Srila Prabhupada as a preeminent Shiksha Guru of ISKCON. What do you mean by preeminent Shiksha Guru of ISKCON? Quickly we'll go through that because it's a part of lesson plan that I must go through what your things you learned in a previous session. All devotees should clearly understand this concept. Okay, I'm sharing my screen. So this is one of the teachings. Srila Prabhupada as a preeminent Shiksha Guru of. What does it mean? Dear devotees, this is very important point.
Hare Krishna.
Yes.
So preeminent Shiksha Guru meaning because we are taking Srila Prabhupada's books and lectures and hearing his lectures. So that's why we are considering him as our one of the most senior Shiksha Gurus from whom we are learning everything. And
not one of. He's not one of the most. He's the most senior most.
Yes.
Okay. He is the one. Okay. Nobody can replace Srila Prabhupada's position for all time to come in ISKCON. He is preeminent Shiksha Guru for all devotees who are going to come in ISKCON for all time to come. There is going to be direct relationship between every devotee and Srila Prabhupada who will come in ISKCON. So among all the Shiksha Gurus, the most prominent Shiksha Guru is Srila Prabhupada. The first Shiksha Guru of all ISKCON devotees. If somebody asks, who are your Shiksha Gurus? We should know that Srila Prabhupada is my preeminent Shiksha Guru. Not only know, but we need to follow that. How do we follow that? No, you discuss all those things. You're supposed to read his books. You're supposed to hear his classes. You're supposed to read his biographies. Understand very, very deeply his mood. Otherwise, what will happen? I think you discussed that. What will happen? There will be Guru-Gurupism and there will be fractions. Everybody is only following their own small group. So this we don't want. United we stand. So that's why it's important to highlight Srila Prabhupada as preeminent Shiksha Guru for all time to come, for all devotees in ISKCON. And if we are asked, who is your Shiksha Guru? The first name is Srila Prabhupada is my Shiksha Guru. And all the other Gurus they are supposed to represent the teachings of Srila Prabhupada. We are supposed to analyze all other books, all other work from the lens of Srila Prabhupada's teachings. So it's highly important that all of us make a point that we read all the books of Srila Prabhupada. We regularly hear his classes, we hear his conversation, we read his letters. Many of you are very new actually, I believe. And nowadays these things are not stressed. Everybody goes on YouTube and there is no fixed plan in hearing. The suggestions are there, what you heard, and we just click on the next video and the next video and we'll keep on watching reels and suggested videos. But this is not a proper hearing course. We won't find satisfaction actually by hearing like this. The result of hearing is we should advance in 3 things. Gaudiya Vaishnava means if he's advanced devotee, he has 3 things. Name, Ruchi. What are the 2 more things?
Vaishnav Seva, Jivadaya.
Yes. So if we are properly nourished, we should be growing in our Nama Ruchi, Jivadaya and Vaishnava Seva. If our sadhana is a proper. But if our sadhana is not bringing this result, that means it's not nourishing us actually. If we are not growing in our taste in chanting, if you're not growing in a Vaishnava Seva, if you're not feeling desire to serve more and more Vaishnavas, if you're not feeling compassion for the innocent living beings who are not yet connected to devotion service, that means we are not properly nourishing ourselves. And unless we do anything, even in a material sense, actually, if we do something without plan, you don't find satisfaction. Like we got to have some goal, and when we accomplish that goal, we find satisfaction. I'm going in the right direction. But nowadays, we don't have fixed goal. We just go on online. Immediately the suggestions come. We hear something. But how much it contributes to our spiritual life? So at least initially, right now in Hyderabad, right now, I'm discussing from here, and we just heard a class by His Grace Vedanta Chaitanya Prabhu day before yesterday. He's a president here, and he was also sharing very nice point that it's important that we do planned hearing. In the beginning, as somebody's a baby, he says to understand who are his mother and father, and then uncle, aunt, all the relatives will come. If we initially only introduce all the people, then baby will be very confused that whom he belongs to. Right? So initially, all of us, we have to get firmly belong to Srila Prabhupada and our Shiksha Guru, chosen a few Shiksha Gurus. If we initially only hear a number of speakers immediately, when we are very new in Krishna consciousness, then we will not understand actually that what direction we are supposed to go and what is the basic mood of ISKCON. So Srila Prabhupada, he had so many facets. Sankirtan, book distribution, Harinam Sankirtan, book distribution, Varnashram, the deity worship, devotee care, education, Shastric education, book writing, book publishing. So many facets Srila Prabhupada has got. And different spiritual master, they have chosen particular facets. Let's say some spiritual master emphasize book distribution. Some spiritual masters emphasize Nam Sankirtan. Some spiritual masters emphasize a lot of focus on education. Some spiritual masters focus on Varnash. So there are different facets of Srila Prabhupada. So if we understand Srila Prabhupada better, if we understand his life, his teachings, then we'll be able to understand all and appreciate all these devotees. Otherwise, we'll think what they're doing. Only book distribution is great. These people in Maya, they're not distributing books. Or what these devotees are doing. These devotees are just doing children cultivation, good running, some kind of program for children. So Srila Prabhupada had all these facets, and different spiritual masters have chosen, they are focused on certain facets of Srila Prabhupada. So when you focus on Srila Prabhupada, then we are able to appreciate all the devotees in ISKCON. We feel the collective glory of ISKCON. Otherwise, we feel that only, okay, these things happen means we are successful. Another thing, we don't think as a success of ISKCON. Because we are not appreciated Srila Prabhupada sufficiently. We are not enough understood the contributions of Srila Prabhupada in different directions. So everything is our glory. When the new farm communities open, when the new Goshalas open, when new devotees are come ISKCON, when hundreds and thousands of books are distributed, everything is glory. But if we are not properly understood Srila Prabhupada, they will not able to appreciate other aspects which we are not. Let's say our spiritual master, our devotees are connected to, or they're appreciating certain aspects. Then we'll appreciate only those aspects. Right? So it's important holistically, and also because as the years pass, there are going to be more and more devotees in ISKCON, and more Shiksha Gurus and Diksha Gurus, right? And there is always a danger of getting into factions, that thinking, okay, my group is only group, actually I need to care about. But if we emphasize Srila Prabhupada, then this calamity will never come. Because ultimately everybody is following the teachings of Srila Prabhupada. So it's important to understand Srila Prabhupada is our preeminent Shiksha Guru. He is a person who is binding the entire ISKCON together. Srila Prabhupada used to say, this ISKCON is my body. So the entire ISKCON is Srila Prabhupada's body. So this is the point I wanted to highlight, and we should develop active spiritual relationship with Srila Prabhupada, specifically reading his books, hearing his classes, and reading his biographies. Right? Yeah. Second point, allegiance to ISKCON and Parampara. So we must have allegiance to ISKCON and Parampara, our Guru Parampara. Devotees in status, they're sharing so many other Vaishnava gurus, right, who are not part of ISKCON Parampara. But we don't know their focus. Srila Prabhupada, his mood was, I want to preach till my last breath. I want to die on the battlefield. I want to die with my boots on. Srila Prabhupada's mood is like that. Right? And there are certain Vaishnavas maybe sitting in, having bhajan in Vrindavan, and they're emphasizing that. Right? If we keep on hearing and sharing their status messages, not coming to ISKCON Shiksha Guru Parampara, then we'll get deviated actually from what is core mood of Srila Prabhupada. Understanding? So Srila Prabhupada's mood is very, very similar to mood of Prahlad Maharaj. What is mood of Prahlad Maharaj? Rayena Deva Munaya Sumikti Kama, Maunam Charanti Vijane, Na Pararthanishta. There are some people, Prahlad Maharaj says, 7th canto, 9th chapters, Prahlad Maharaj prayers come. So one of the prayers, Prahlad Maharaj is saying that there are people who go to forest and they do their own welfare, they're thinking about their own welfare. But I'm not interested in being like that. That I'm not interested in becoming like that, because they're kripana. They're only thinking about their own welfare. But I see that unless all these fallen conditioned people, unless they attain the shelter of the lotus feet, oh Lord, there is no gati for them. They cannot move further. They cannot advance spiritually. Unless they take shelter of you, they cannot come out of cycle of birth and death. There is no solution to their suffering. So this is mode of Srila Prabhupada. Right? So it's very important that we highlight on the Shiksha of Srila Prabhupada. We highlight on the teachings of Srila Prabhupada. And we remain allegiance, we maintain our allegiance to Guru Parampara and ISKCON, specifically in a Guru Parampara also Srila Prabhupada. Because in a Guru Parampara also different moods are there. Right? But Srila Prabhupada is the one actually founder of ISKCON. He has helped us to understand the mood of particular acharyas. He told, okay, Haridas Thakur is a great soul, but no, and Narad Muni is a great soul. Narad Muni could bring the mother of Prahlad Maharaj in his ashram, and he could know. He kept her for months. But Srila Prabhupada told us, okay, you can't be like Haridas Thakur, Narad Muni, like a brahmachari. You cannot call a young lady in your ashram alone, seclusion. Right? So we understand actually Srila Prabhupada. Even acharyas have done certain things, but we cannot exactly follow. Srila Prabhupada's lens we got to use for understanding how to understand the acharyas and how to follow in our life. We need Srila Prabhupada's help. So you must have allegiance to ISKCON and Guru Parampara. Very important. Third point, respect for multiple authorities and senior Vaishnavas. It's not that somebody is my Guru means I only respect my Guru and I don't care about a fig about all other devotees. What I got to give and take with them. My guru takes all my sinful reactions. He has given me name. He's my contact point with the parampara. No, actually, we have uncles and aunt. Now our families, right? And we have respect as we are supposed to have respect for uncle and aunt. Similarly, we got to see all other God brothers of spiritual master, senior authorities, and Vaishnavas with equal respect. We got to see. We got to respect them also. Specifically, I was, did you discuss? I think you discussed, right? Two parallel authorities, managerial authority and spiritual authority. Did you discuss this point? Two lines of authority. ये टॉपिक हुआ क्या? हरे कृष्णा. Did you discuss two parallel lines of authority? ये टॉपिक डिस्कस हुआ? अरे इसको याद ही नहीं आ रहा लगता है.
No, Prabhuji, that was not discussed.
Oh, that was part of previous session only. So, because we have our session also, I'll just briefly explain it and then we'll move forward. But it's also very important to understand. Okay, so two parallel lines of authority means spiritual authority and managerial authority. Our spiritual master derives authority by being a spiritual master and taking a promise of delivering us. And also we are connected to a local temple. So our spiritual master inspires us spiritually by giving spiritual discourses, by giving very nice melodious kirtans, and by giving his sangha, taking yatras. At the same time, a temple plays a very vital role in the life of a devotee. The festivals, the deities, the prasadam, and all the management for all the festivals, and preaching, services, everything is provided by the temple. So we have got the two parallel lines of authority. Spiritual authority is our spiritual master and Shiksha Guru, and managerial authority, our temple and our managers. They are our managerial authority. And both has to go hand in hand. There should not be conflict. We have to resolve the conflict. So mostly in ISKCON, the devotees are supposed to connect it to the local ISKCON centers. Mostly. It's not compulsory. And they're supposed to serve under manager, and spiritual master is supposed to inspire disciples to properly serve the managers. That they must cooperate with the local management and help. Otherwise, how the local temples will run if everybody thinks that why should I run the temple? I should be only doing service of my spiritual master. And whatever emphasis local authorities give based upon the local situation there, the disciple is supposed to give due justice to that, to that particular service also. Whatever emphasis is given by the local management. So these both are very important. Not one at the cost of other. Sometimes they're conflict, right? Sometimes we say, oh, my counselor is saying like this, and temple manager is saying like this, and how do I do that? So then we got to properly consult and help these devotees meet each other and discuss and tell us a definite plan what we're supposed to do. Are understanding this? Any question on this concept? Actually, this is there pretty detailed fashion in the booklet. You can read this. Any question on this? It's very important. So two parallel lines of authority: managerial authority and spiritual authority. So temple president should allow spiritual masters actually facilitate, arrange the programs, so that the spiritual masters can come and inspire devotees. Arrange for a devotee care, facilities of devotee care, like arrange a counselor system, arrange for spiritual nourishment of disciples, not only engage in services. At the same time, spiritual masters' responsibility is to inspire devotees to follow the local management. They should cooperate in the services. They should donate locally. No Guru Dakshina. Sometimes they say, I just donate to my spiritual master. No. Spiritual master is contributing. At the same time, how much contribution is done by the local temple? So we should contribute to our spiritual master. At the same time, we should also contribute to the local temple. Financial contributions. It's very important. Otherwise, how the temples are supposed to run if everybody only contributes to their own spiritual master, right? And let's say sometimes spiritual master has particular service and he needs certain disciples, and there may be agreement between a temple president and spiritual master. Okay, we met 10 devotees. who have taken inspiration, spiritual master initiation from you, you can keep 5 devotees, for your service, and let, please give us 5 devotees for a temple service. So there has to be agreement between spiritual master and temple authorities. So we maintain equal respect. And if our managerial authorities are spiritually mature, then they become our senior most Shiksha spiritual masters, Shiksha gurus. The local management authority who are spiritually mature devotees, they become our prominent Shiksha gurus. We follow their teachings because we following a particular temple means that temple's mood is also important. We have to blend properly. We have to give proper justice. Not that my spiritual master mood is only book distribution and here you're telling do prasadam distribution or just study nicely. I'll not do that. No. Actually, we have to also follow the local authorities. Any question on this? So both are important. Okay, so move further. Considerate selection of Diksha Guru. तो कब कितना टाइम देना चाहिए? हरि भक्ति विलास में क्या लिखा है? What is written in Hari Bhakti Vilas? How much time we should give for selection of Shiksha Guru?
I think 1 year.
Yes, minimum 1 year. You didn't discuss this also. Did you discuss these points in the booklet? No, there's so many quotes are there regarding this. Minimum 1 year should be given for identifying spiritual master. I'll share my open page number 36 quickly. Student handbook है सबके पास में?
Yes.
पढ़ रहे हैं वहां पे quotes लिखे हैं. Hari Bhakti Vilas says at least 1 year a disciple should observe a spiritual master and spiritual master should observe a disciple. Because in a Shiksha line we can have more spiritual master, but Diksha, before taking Diksha, if you don't properly observe and we take Diksha, then there is no point in going back. You cannot change your Diksha Guru. ऐसे नहीं कि भाई मुझे पसंद नहीं आया, we change Guru. It's not allowed. One time, a few of the a disciple of Srila Prabhupada, he got initiated by one of the sannyasis in Gaudiya Math. Srila Prabhupada was very angry. Srila Prabhupada said, okay, this devotee is foolish. But at least they should understand. How can they reinitiate already initiated disciple? It's not allowed. It's aprad, guru aprad. If your guru is standing properly, he's not fallen, he's in a proper spiritual condition, then one cannot reject the spiritual master. Guru Ravagya or Guru Aprad is very serious offense actually. So there are some quotes, 1 or 2 quotes. Somebody can read one quote. Hari Bhakti Vilas का कोई quote पढ़ेंगे. Please read.
Should I read, Prabhuji?
Yes, Shubham Prabhu, read.
In Hari Bhakti Vilas by Sanatana Goswami, it is directed that the spiritual master and the disciple must meet together at least for 1 year, so that the disciple may also understand that here is a person whom I can accept as my guru, and the guru also can see that here is a person who is a fit for becoming my disciple. Then the business is nice.
Right. So what happens sometimes in ISKCON, that a devotee is forced by a particular group, because this guru is my spiritual master, so you should also accept him as spiritual master. And that devotee is only connected to that group, so he thinks, okay, that is only way. And then he gets connected. But what is the danger in that? Can you tell? Few risks in that approach. Yes. What is the danger if you accept a spiritual master? Yes, Rangravi, you open your mind.
Prabhuji, later on, while we are hearing different spiritual master, maybe he get distracted and he is not fully convinced with that guru, and he may do aparadh against the guru.
Yeah, guru aparadh. Then he'll not listen, and because then other devotees think he is not listening, then he'll stay far from ISKCON devotees and temples, and gradually his connection will become weak with ISKCON. because no, he's not following his guru, and then because that he's not coming to association with other devotees also, because they think that he's not following his guru, and then he becomes farther and farther from devotees, and there's a great danger that he'll go away from devotees. He cannot change. It's important that one takes a proper sufficient time. Srila Prabhupada took how many years for taking initiation? कितना समय लगा प्रभुपाद जी?
11 years, Prabhu?
Yes, 1922, Srila Prabhupada got introduced to Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. 1933, Srila Prabhupada took initiation. 11 साल प्रभुपाद जी, 11 साल के बाद दीक्षा ली. So there is no hurry. We should carefully observe, and all gurus are best, but we got to see how much committed we are. उनमें कोई problem नहीं है, but where we resonate and where we can serve for longer duration, whom we are most inspired. We got to see that. Sometimes we just take initiation and then we complain. Like my spiritual master, we had a small meeting gathering, and one devotee is complaining, "Oh Guru Maharaj, I don't get your association. आपको संग में तो मिलता ही नहीं कभी. आप मिलते भी नहीं, personal meeting भी नहीं मिलता आपके साथ में." So my spiritual master kind of scolded him that you should have first checked, with other devotees. Is it possible to meet my spiritual master? You already took initiation without checking, and now you're complaining. So you should already observe it. And a spiritual master who can give you time, if you really want time, then there are other gurus in ISKCON who can give you a lot of time. You should have chosen them. Why did you choose? So it's a responsibility of disciple to make a proper due consideration and then choose spiritual master. He cannot complain that some devotees told me or they forced. No, it's your choice. You cannot blame others. So wait, see, observe, and where you're most inspired, and then you consider taking initiation. Any question regarding this? Good question. आप लोग कृपया ये पढ़िए भी, बहुत अच्छा बुकलेट है जो बनाया है प्रभुपाद जी की कोट्स इसमें. There are so many quotes of Srila Prabhupada and ISKCON law. So I know it's compulsory to do this course for initiation, but I see already initiated devotees also attending this course. So we should do it seriously, not only for sake of certificate. So we should have considerate selection of Diksha Guru. Commitment to vows, then we must follow our vows. If we don't follow our vows, then we are giving sinful reaction to our spiritual master. Because spiritual master at the time of initiation, he takes all your sinful karma. And henceforward, the instruction, we should not commit any sinful activities. But if we commit sinful activities, a spiritual master also get a part of that sinful reaction. And indirectly or directly, we are making our spiritual master suffer. So it's important that we commit ourselves to vows. Details can be discussed, but let's move for exemplary sadhana and conduct. We must maintain a very exemplary sadhana and conduct. Set a proper example. Because actually, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked every person to become Amaragya. You know this shloka? Fill in the blanks. Amaragya. नहीं पता है श्लोका आपको?
हमारा आज्ञा गुरु वही है तारे देश.
Yes, हमारा आज्ञा गुरु वही है तारे देश. Otherwise, दूसरा श्लोक है भारत भूमि ते पहले तब जन्मया जन्म सार्थक करी कर परोपकार. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked, Amar Agya, my instruction, become spiritual master and deliver living entities. But how you become spiritual master? Who can become a good spiritual master? Who is already a good disciple?
Good disciple.
Yes, unless you are a good disciple, how you can become a good spiritual master? So we have to become a perfect disciple. Only a perfect disciple can become a perfect spiritual master. So we must maintain exemplary sadhana and conduct, fitting to our Guru Parampara. Faith in Guru's instruction. We should have a strong faith in Guru's instruction. Srila Prabhupada used to quote one particular shloka very strongly regarding faith in spiritual master's instruction. What is the shloka? Yasya deve
Parabhakti. Yasya deve parabhakti.
आगे यथा देवे तथा
Guru.
आगे तस्यैते
कथितो पार्थो प्रकाशन्तो
प्रकाशन्ते महात्मा. One who has implicit faith in the words of spiritual master and Krishna, both, only to that person the imports of all the Vedic literatures are revealed. One should have implicit faith in the words of spiritual master. One should be ready to conduct the order of spiritual master. This is very interesting shloka. It's a long purport, but we'll read just few lines. Can somebody read the translation and first 5 lines, 6 lines of this purport?
Sons owe to render service to their father exactly to this extent. One should obey the command of his father or spiritual master with due deference, saying, "Yes, sir."
क्या बोलना है हमें?
Yes,
Instruction आने के
sir.
बाद, Yes, sir. कौन बोलता है ऐसा? Military में रहता है. No. As soon as the instruction is given, there's immediately yes, sir. Read further. 5 lines, 6 lines. Yeah.
2 words in this verse are very important. One word is Pitari
Pitri.
and Pitri, and another word is Guru. The son or disciple should accept the words of his spiritual master and father without hesitation. Whatever the father and the spiritual master ordered should be taken without argument. Yes, there should be no instance in which the disciple or the son says, "This is not correct. I cannot carry it out." What he says that he is fallen. The father and the spiritual master are on the same platform because a spiritual master is the second father. The higher classes are called Divya, twice
Okay.
born.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. There should be no argument. That is real service to father and spiritual master. One should accept. We should not have stated that the order of spiritual master is the life and soul of his disciple. So when Srila Prabhupada read this, where did he read that? That one should make the order of spiritual master as one's life and soul. Where did Srila Prabhupada read that?
I think Vyavasayatmika Buddhi.
Yes. When Srila Prabhupada was reading a purport to this shloka, Vyavasayatmika Buddhi Ekirha Kurunandara, one should accept the order of spiritual master as one's life and soul. Srila Prabhupada read Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's purport to this shloka, Vyavasayatmika Buddhi, this shloka 2.41. And as soon as Srila Prabhupada read that, he took it, okay, this is my life's goal. This is my life's mission. My spiritual master has ordered me to preach in the West in English language, and I must take this instruction very, very seriously. Srila Prabhupada is again quoting this shloka here. So this was inspiration for Srila Prabhupada actually to take sannyas, write Srimad Bhagavatam, and go to West. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, given as a purport to 2.41. So Srila Prabhupada is repeating here again for all of us that we should take order of spiritual master as our life and soul. Okay, so one must have a firm faith in a word of the spiritual master. Inquiry, humility, and service. Where do you get these 3 words from? कहाँ से मिलते हैं आपको ये 3 शब्द?
तद्विद्धि प्रणिपातेन.
Yes. Tadviddhi pranipatena pariprashnena seva upadekshyanti te jnanam jnana tatudarshina. So there are 3 things are part of our relationship with our spiritual master. Tadviddhi pranipatena. First is submission. Unless there is a submission, there won't be any questions. When only you submit, then you get questions. Mostly. So tadviddhi pranipatena. Because we think about application, how to apply. I submitted myself. Many times when you hear online, like in the beginning, we were discussing about hearing about on YouTube. We hear so many classes, but how many instructions do we really note? And we ask that particular teacher, how do I follow this? How to apply in my life? That doesn't happen. So tadviddhi pranipatena. This is spiritual. What is most important? When we hear, the most important is not information or entertainment. The most important is relationship with the spiritual master. How I'm strengthening my relationship with my spiritual master. That relationship, because bhakti is all about developing a relationship with our spiritual master, and through spiritual master developing relationship with Krishna. So if I am not hearing regularly from my spiritual master, then I'm not developing that relationship. And if I'm not developing that relationship with any spiritual teacher, I'm going to develop a relationship with Krishna. That means I remain non-committed. And if I'm non-committed, then what is my standing? Right? If I'm not committed to a devotional service. Because once you make a relationship, then there is a commitment. Then you got to follow order of your spiritual master. When he asks you to do something, when Shiksha Guru says you do that, what we are supposed to say? What we are supposed to say?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So वो commitment कहाँ से आएगा जब तक हमारा relationship है ही नहीं हम बोलेंगे no sir I won't do that. I have so many other priorities. I have my own plans. I'm already get all the information. Whatever I want to search, I can get on YouTube. What lecture you can give to me. Okay, I can just search a topic, and if we not surrendered, then how we can get a mercy? Because yasya prasadat bhagavad prasad, yasya prasadat nagadi kutubi. Unless our spiritual master is pleased with our service, there is no question of advancement. So our so-called advancement by hearing so many classes is just a hallucination. That I think that I am advanced because I heard so many classes. But in a Krishna's opinion, in spiritual master's opinion, we are not advanced because we are not surrendered ourselves. We are not become a surrendered devotee. Are you getting this point? The most important thing which is supposed to happen after hearing is we should become, our relationship with our spiritual master should become more stronger. And because that relationship is strong, then we are committed. We are ready to do anything and everything when that relationship is strong. Yes. Any question on this? Okay. So, enquiry, humility, and service. These are the three parts. So we must submit ourselves, and that shows when we are ready to hear. First is Master Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur. He recognized Srila Prabhupada by what he said when he went for initiation. His name went for initiation. What did he tell?
He likes to hear.
He likes to hear. So our first submission to our spiritual master will be shown to our Shiksha Guru, to our devotees, when we show interest in hearing from them. It may be simple instructions. It may be simple questions. Sanatana Goswami, what question did he ask when he first time met to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami. What did they ask?
Who am I?
Yes, Keami. Kene ama jar tapatroy. No, why? Who am I? And why I got threefold miseries of life? I don't know. People think me great Pandit. So they were hearing Bhagavatam already. Actually. Do you think that they don't know who are they? They don't know this basic knowledge. They are not body, they are the soul. But they're making this question. So it's important. No, sometimes we think that we know already, but how much we realize, that's more important. No, not how much we know, but how much we are realized. That's more important. Have we realized I am not body, I am the soul? Kitna realization ho abhi tak hai na? The real problems of life are threefold miseries. How much we realize that? Or the four real problems of life: birth, old age, death. This is my real problem. We think that this Prabhu is my problem, this Mataji's problem, or this there's a lot of heat, that is a problem, right? So many problems we think is a real problem. So basically, we are not yet convinced of spiritual facts, and we think that we already know, right? But we are not yet realized. So hearing from Guru and following this instruction, submissive, humble inquiry, and then we get a mercy of the spiritual master, then we realize his knowledge. Realization is most important, and then we advance. Otherwise, we'll just know, we'll become information center, but there will not be any transformation. Okay, so move further.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji, you told firstly that we should build a strong relationship with Srila Prabhupada as our preeminent Shiksha Guru. And we are saying that we should hear from our spiritual master also. So we are almost all of us are aspiring from somebody. So how should we hear? Means Srila Prabhupada hearing should be daily, right? How should we balance both things, both hearings?
Actually, that no, like if you're asking how many hours, I think that is a very personal question, and that can be discussed with the counselor. Actually, considering that what you're doing, how much time you've got. Now, let's say there are some devotees. No one devotee told me that that devotee has just finished exam and there's no other work, and all the time is available. And that devotee is spending 5-6 hours just watching different spiritual reels. But उन्होंने एक भी प्रभुपाद जी का बायोग्राफी कैप्टन बुक पढ़ा, मेरा किताब पढ़ा, बट नो कोई भी डिटेल में बायोग्राफी ठीक से पढ़ा नहीं है, और उन्होंने ना तो प्रभुपाद जी के लेक्चर सुने भगवद गीता पे भागवत. So actually, then when a lot of time is available, every day you can hear 4, 5, 6 hours. Generally, I have found in my life if you want to read biography kind of books, they say binge watching. So binge reading helps. Binge reading means 10, 12, 14 घंटा बस पढ़ते रहो, 4 दिन में किताब खत्म करो. If you have a lot of time, right? There's no engagement. So we should take such kind of commitment. But no, that's what you can discuss with your counselor actually based on your time availability. But if you're very busy, you're doing job and your services and your responsibilities, then but there has to be proportionate hearing, proportionate for our spiritual master, for Srila Prabhupada and our Shiksha Gurus who are there. We got to hear all of them regularly. Yes, Adaji. But most important is also following actually. Srila Prabhupada, he was, how many times he could meet his spiritual master? Only a few times. But he followed his spiritual master. So how much you hear then more important than how much I follow. Even I hear 10 minutes actually I feel very heavy because my spiritual master classes are really loaded with strong spiritual instructions. And I feel like bombardment. I got to really follow what I'm doing. So we got to Shavanam, Mananam, Nidhi Dhyasanam, and Vandanam. These are 4 steps of hearing. Not only hearing, but churning, sitting with devotees and churning actually. What did I hear? How do I relate to my life? What does it mean for me? इसका क्या मतलब है मेरे जीवन में? The third thing is Nidhi Dhyasanam. How do I apply in my life this particular instruction? Because everybody is on different platform. So it will differ person to person. We got to consult some advanced devotees, senior devotees, our friends, Vaishnavas. And the 4th thing is Vandanam, that I pray, Krishna, please help me to follow this. I need to follow them. Okay, Mataji. We have got to give justice, proper justice, and that we can balance will come by discussing with our spiritual authorities.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, can you please repeat this four stages of hearing again?
Shravanam, Mananam, Nidhi Dhyasanam, Vandanam. Hearing, reflecting, applying, and praying.
Okay, Prabhuji, got it.
At least one instruction in a week, you can try to apply these 4 stages. Okay, take one instruction of your spiritual master, ponder over it again and again, see how it applies to your life, write it down. And then 3rd point is Nidhi Dhyasanam, how you practically apply. Once you found out how it applies, how you make changes in your life. And pray to Krishna. Krishna, please help me to apply this instruction. So one instruction per week you can consider applying all these 4 steps. And if you have some devotees in a small group, where we can discuss it even more better. Actually. Okay, let's move forward. I'm just revising actually. I'm supposed to know. We must have favorable association, conducive association, not the people who criticize spiritual masters and authorities, but people who are favorable to our spiritual master and authorities, spiritual Prabhupada. And we must maintain purity, inclusivity, and cooperation. Srila Prabhupada, one of the final instruction was, you can show your love for me by how you cooperate. So we must cooperate, and we should include devotees, from different groups, from different spiritual masters, from different region, as part of one family. Cultivation and propagation of holy name. That's also very important. Not just we are doing our bhajan, also propagating. Both important, cultivation and propagation. And assimilation and dissemination of Srila Prabhupada teaching in our life. So these are the 4 principles.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, in point 10, what is inclusivity?
Inclusivity means, Prabhu, there are devotees who are from different groups, different spiritual masters, different regions, different preferences. But we got to be broad-minded and include them also, facilitate them also. Not only, okay, I'm a manager means only I'll follow, facilitate only the emphasis given by my spiritual master. No. If there are other devotees, small number, we should also include them. We should give them facilities. Right? Okay. Now we're going to discuss the topic of Guru Puja. So in ISKCON, Guru Puja is very special. Every day we have this Guru Puja. Why Guru Puja is important? Sakshadharitvena samasta shastre uktastatha bhavata eva sadbhi किंतु प्रभोर्यः प्रिय एव तस्य वंदे गुरो श्री चरणारविंदम। इसका मतलब क्या है? साक्षादरित्वेन समस्त शास्त्रे, all the shastras accepted it actually. What is accepted? And all the great souls, they also mention that the spiritual master is Haritva. He gets the Haritva. Actually, he's as good as Supreme Lord. He's not Supreme Lord, but he's as good as Supreme Lord. Why? Why is as good as Supreme Lord?
Because he's representative of.
Yes, he's representative of Supreme Lord in our lives. So our angas of bhakti in nectar of devotion, there are 64 angas are there. So first 5 angas are related to, what are the first 5 angas of 64 limbs of devotional service? What are those?
The chanting of the holy names, association of devotees.
No.
Guru
That is 5 most important. But what are the 5 first 5?
Ado Guru Padasana.
Ado Guru Padashray. First, accepting the shelter of Ado means the first Guru Padashray. Guru ke charno ka ashray. This is the first. What is the second? What is second?
Bhajan Priya.
Sorry?
Take initiation.
Yes, take initiation, Diksha. Third is Vishrambena Guru Seva. Intimately serving the spiritual master. Fourth is Sadharma Pricha. After you serve Guru, you make enquiries about Sadharma. Sadharma means eternal religion. Sanatan Dharma. What is Sanatan Dharma? Bhagavad Dharma. About Bhakti. Eternal religion of soul is Bhakti. Sadharma Pricha. Okay. And Sadhu Vartmanu Vartmanu. Fifth one is following the footsteps of great souls. Fifth one. So the first 5 limbs actually they are related to spiritual master. Out of 64 limbs, the bhakti starts with actually taking shelter of spiritual master. This is the first one. How important it is actually in our life. And that's why Srila Prabhupada has constituted every day singing of Mangalarti and Guru Puja, and both are related to spiritual master. सारे गौड़िया मठ में संसार दामन नहीं होता, अलग अलग भजन होता है, कृष्ण के भजन होते हैं कई जगह पे, विवाह शेष होता है ना, बट अपने इस्कॉन में क्या होता है? संसार दामन लीला लोक तणाय कारुण्य गाना, गुरु पूजा, सॉरी हम लोग गुरुअष्टकम गाते हैं, और फिर वापस 7:30 बजे आरती होता है, भगवान को ग्रीट करने के बाद क्या होता है? गुरु पूजा होता है। श्री गुरु चरण पद्मा केवल भक्ति सम बंदो मोहि सावधान मते। Very attentively we should bando mohi saavadhan, we should serve spiritual master. It's beautiful Guru Puja, every day we sing. So it's like a daily Vyas Puja and very special. Srila Prabhupada, when he would go for morning walk and come back every day, he would accept Guru Puja. And it's only for Srila Prabhupada every day we do that. For our spiritual master, we do that once in a year on the day of Vyas Puja. But Srila Prabhupada constituted this because he's no ordinary spiritual master. He is who is Srila Prabhupada? कोई म्यूट है सबका?
सेनापति भक्त,
सेनापति भक्त और
Founder Acharya.
Founder
Acharya of ISKCON. He is the founder Acharya of ISKCON. Means his books will be there, his teachings will be there, his relationship with all devotees will be there for all time to come. We'll be following basically his order. So he's the founder Acharya of ISKCON. And as a founder Acharya, Srila Prabhupada has made it compulsory. And Srila Prabhupada would make point actually, all devotees should attend. One time Tamal Krishna Maharaj and Giriraj Maharaj, they were telling Srila Prabhupada, no, we are getting very late in night. We are making life members and it's also important. We want to quickly build this temple. So can we miss Mangalarti? Like it's getting very late. So Srila Prabhupada said, okay, but do chanting and you must come for Guru Puja. So Srila Prabhupada gives so much preference to Guru Puja, that we should attend that. And then one time, Srila Prabhupada was having Guru Puja and Pradyumna was not there. Prabhupada asked, where is Pradyumna? And devotees told, nah, he's having his own deities and he's doing that worship. Prabhupada said, such a nonsense. First is Guru, Ado Guru Padashra. First taking shelter of Guru and then you approach your Lord. Missing the worship of a Guru and worshipping the Lord is not proper. So, in this way, Srila Prabhupada emphasized Guru Puja. And there are spiritual masters I know about Gopal Krishna Maharaj I heard. As well as Gopal Krishna Maharaj, wherever he might be, every day he'll have Guru Puja. He might be in a flight, he might be some devotee's home, he might be in temple. Every day, he makes sure that he sings Guru Puja. You've been asked to remember our spiritual master how many times minimum?
3 times.
3 times, sir.
कहाँ पे आता है ये? Yes, minimum 3 times a day. We must actually remember our spiritual master. It's so important. Right? So Srila Prabhupada, that's why actually states the principle of this Guru Puja in ISKCON devotees' life. So every day this Guru Puja happens, and once in a year, actually it also happens for our own spiritual master. So how was your experience attending Guru Puja? Yes, how many of you regularly attend that? How is your experience attending Guru Puja? One or two of you would like to tell? So Srila Prabhupada, when he instituted Guru Puja, he mentioned actually that as the deity worship is essential, equally the Guru Puja is also essential. It's not a cheap adoration. It's a process of enlightenment, of Divya Jnana. Divya Jnana Hriday Prakashito. So Srila Prabhupada is no ordinary Guru. He's the founder Acharya of ISKCON. He's Sampradaya Guru in the line of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So in this way, we are worshipping directly a representative of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Radha and Krishna, when we are worshipping Srila Prabhupada. When we are worshipping the deity of Srila Prabhupada, we should not think it's just a statue. Like the deities of Radha and Krishna are there, similarly, the deity of Srila Prabhupada also can reciprocate. And there are so many pastimes where the deity of Srila Prabhupada is reciprocated. So we go and offer our worship to deity of Srila Prabhupada. We offer respect to Srila Prabhupada's deity. Right? So it's not an ordinary worship. Yes, who would like to tell your Guru Puja experience? Quickly, any devotee? How do you find that? List some benefits of regular Guru Puja. Please tell some benefits of Guru Puja. If you open your handbook, page number 42, please open page number 42.
Guruji, the lyrics of Guru Puja are very touching. When we recite it daily, our gratitude for Srila Prabhupada and all the spiritual masters increases.
Yes, yes. See, the rituals are important. If you don't pay attention to ritual, the spirit will also go away. It's not that, oh, I respect my spiritual master. No, this has been constituted so that every day we understand the importance of Srila Prabhupada in our lives. We take that connection very, very seriously. And we are committed to his instructions. Like marriage is a ritual or initiation is a ritual. Somebody may say, why do you need to take initiation? I'm already chanting 16 rounds. Why need to follow initiation vows? Live in relationship. Why need to follow marriage vows? One can just live in relationship. As good as marriage. Why the marriage vows are important? I'm discussing about marriage because it's related to initiation. Initiation also there is yagya. And we commit ourselves to our spiritual master. As you commit to a person in a marriage ceremony, you commit to a spiritual master in initiation ceremony. Why the marriage vows and the ceremony is important? Why the live-in marriage is also, live-in relationship also is there, okay? One can stay as like a husband and wife. Why? Why initiation vows are important? Please tell quickly.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes. Kaun keh raha
Prabhuji,
hai?
because Dhananjay.
Okay, Dhananjay, please tell.
I'm audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Yes, Prabhuji, because in marriage there are so many people in front of them we take vows. So like it kind of social responsibility we make, then we can't like leave other person.
Right. Marriage means there are going to be difficulty. There are going to be situation where things are going to really feel like things are collapsing and you cannot continue. But when you remember that I given a vow in front of so many people and a fire and Supreme Lord, and all the mantras were chanted, that crucible of marriage is important. Where chemical undergo transformation, very high heat is there, and the transformation happens. But that crucible has to be there in which the transformation happens. Right? If you give up, then it won't happen. So when that crucible is there, so similar this marriage institution, when you understand that I have committed myself, actually, you don't leave up, you don't give up. Rather, you correct yourself, modify yourself. Then the transformation happens. Similarly, initiation also, when you are taken a vows, when you're given commitment in front of so many people, in front of fire, in front of Supreme Lord, you are taken all these vows. When situation comes where it becomes difficult to follow, we remember, oh, I given my vows. Actually, I'm a committed. I'm a disciple. I must follow. It's important. If you are not committed, means you're not. If you're uncommitted, that means you're looking for a better commitment. That means anytime you find a better commitment, you think that is a better commitment, you'll give up that relationship. So that's why the formal commitment is important. Otherwise, we'll be hopping from one person to another person, from another person to another person, and we'll be never committed. We'll be looking only for our own comfort. Because I feel this guru gives me my own comfortable instant, I'll follow this. And tomorrow, some other person will do something else, I'll follow that. How the surrender will happen? But when we take initiation vows and we identify, okay, this is my spiritual master, I'm the disciple, that relationship becomes formal relationship. And when it becomes difficult to follow also, because we think I have committed, I must follow. And gradually, actually, we can follow and transform our hearts, become surrender. Okay. Yes. So, yeah, that's why the ritual is important. Every day, formal ritual of like this ritual of marriage is there, ritual of initiation is there. Every day there is a ritual of going to singing this Guru Puja, going in front of Srila Prabhupada, offering flower, offering respectful obeisances. Right? Every day we're renewing our connection to Srila Prabhupada. In that spirit we got to take. Every day I'm surrendering my life at your lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada. I'm offering Guru Puja. I'm not only offering my flowers, but I'm offering my life, my words, Manni tadarpita mano vachane itarth. My tadavachana, my words, my body, my all works, my wealth, everything Srila Prabhupada I offer at your lotus feet. Yes. So highlight, you got to answer this question. What is the importance of Guru Puja? 42, this assignment is there, right? List some benefits of regular Guru Puja. I told a few benefits right now. That we recommit ourselves. We commit ourselves every day to Srila Prabhupada in this way. We highlight the position of Srila Prabhupada as a founder Acharya of ISKCON. Understand that. Any other point?
Prabhuji, I have one question.
Yes.
So like every day we sing Guru Puja, that time we remember Srila Prabhupada. But can we also remember our spiritual master like during Guru Puja?
Yeah, you can remember both of them. There's no harm in it.
Okay.
Prabhuji, no matter whoever your Diksha Guru may be, but coming for Guru Puja is like Prabhupada is a preeminent Shiksha Guru and the founder Acharya of ISKCON.
Yes.
And everyone who comes is under his, so it is in disciplic succession. So for us, foremost is Srila Prabhupada.
Right. Yes. We are highlighting his position as founder Acharya of ISKCON. Any more benefits?
Your voice is not audible.
Because I'm not speaking, I'm waiting for all of you to speak.
No, Prabhuji, no, Prabhuji. When Mataji was speaking, Samaksha,
Samiksha Mataji, please tell.
Samiksha.
Mataji, आप बोल रहे क्या? You can position the camera also a little bit better. Yeah. Yes, Mataji. Mataji, आवाज नहीं आ रहा है. आप टाइप कीजिए. और कोई कहना चाहेगा?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, we get personal time of Prabhupada. We directly get to connect with him along with the pure devotees and with the pure intention.
Right. You know, it's a personal connection. One time, one devotee asked one question to my spiritual master that, Maharaj, I want a seclusion actually, devotional service, and there are too many people. So Maharaj answered, everything is seclusion. When you're chanting your japa, there's nobody around. You are there with Krishna's names. It's a seclusion in one sense, right? You close your eyes and you're with holy names. Offering Guru Puja, you're in seclusion actually, offering your respect to Srila Prabhupada. So you're one-on-one with Srila Prabhupada actually. You're singing that, chanting the prayer. You're singing in a group at the same time, individuals are singing. Thank you, Prabhu. And you feel so inspired, hearing and understanding Srila Prabhupada's glories of spiritual master. It highlights the importance of following the word of spiritual master. The consciousness of a disciple, it says, right? What is the consciousness of a disciple? Mataji writes, we contemplate each single word of Guru Puja and thereby recalling its essence each single day as it is. Very nice. Meditating on each word. If you don't follow initiation vows, then you get offense. Okay.
Also, Prabhuji, when we say Haha Prabhu Gorodaya Deho Mohe Parchaya, so we are practically begging for mercy, begging for him to give us a so that we get a benefit.
We're begging to Srila Prabhupada, and unless we beg and ask, how we get the mercy, right? Due to the right to me personally, okay. Mataji is written, while attending Guru Puja, morning is like a take instruction, blessings to follow spiritual path and balance the material life to serve the Lord in full concentration. Nice. Every day we're taking blessings of Srila Prabhupada. One Prabhu has written, while performing Guru Puja at home along with Srila Prabhupada, can we simultaneously perform Guru Puja of our spiritual master? Also. Privately you can do, not in ISKCON, temple. It's only once in a year. Privately you may do.
If we feel gratitude towards Srila Prabhupada, as per our previous situation, if we see, and now where we are standing, it's just because of Srila Prabhupada, he has given us this forum and this family and this institution.
Right. We feel a gratitude and we express our gratitude by glorifying our spiritual master and singing for him and dancing in front of him. Right. So it's also important relationship actually, formally expressing ourselves. Like with your Shiksha Guru, with your Diksha Guru, it's not just, many times this complaint comes, Prabhuji, हमको लगता है कि उनको ना time ही नहीं होगा. Specifically Shiksha Guru, तो अभी Diksha Guru तो busy रहते हैं ऐसे, but हमें नहीं चिंता करना चाहिए कि उनको टाइम रहेगा कि हमें हमारा डालना चाहिए और वो बताएंगे कि आप उनको पास टाइम नहीं दे नो राइट that's why they made as a counselor or Shiksha Guru. They can tell us, okay, we are busy, later we'll give you time. Many times we only concoct ki, they should be very busy actually and they won't have time. Why should I bother them? So one point that going and asking, and another point is regularly actually appreciating our Shiksha Gurus, expressing our gratitude. Like Guru Puja is offered to Srila Prabhupada every day we're doing. Just side point, I'm discussing this actually. Thanking devotees in our life. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you, Mataji. You're there for me. And I'm so grateful. Actually, your words make so much difference in my life. And this is what I heard from you recently, and I'm trying to apply in my life. Please give me blessings that I can apply. And if I understood properly, please help me understand better. This is my understanding is there. It's very important that with these things we do with our Shiksha Gurus, actually. Right? It's like regularly reaffirming that relationship. And when we do that, then they get a faith in us. And then we can get more heavy corrections. If we don't express our, they think, oh, this Prabhu Mataji, they never come forward and they never tell, and how can I go forward and tell something to this person? So it's very important that regularly we express our heart, like we're going forward and expressing Guru Puja with our regular Shiksha Guru also. We move forward and actually we express our heart. We tell, this is what way I appreciate, this is what I learned from you, this is what I'm trying to apply. This side point I wanted to discuss. It's very important, formally expressing our heart regularly, very regular. Srila Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj, every day he would write a letter to Srila Prabhupada, expressing his gratitude. Okay, any question? We move forward otherwise. More chats have come. In Guru Puja, when we glorify Srila Prabhupada, we please to Lord and spiritual master. Yes, Prasadat Bhagavat. No, like Shivji says, right? Aradhanam Sarvesham Vishnu Aradhanam Param Tasmat Parataram Devi Tadiyanam Samarchanam. Among all the worship of Vishnu is greatest. And even greater than Vishnu's worship is worship of his Tadiya, and spiritual master is very dear to Lord. So in this way, when we worship Guru Puja, actually Krishna has become more pleased actually when we are worshipping his dear servant who has spread the glories of Krishna all over the world. That is important. We get blessings of Krishna by following Srila Prabhupada. This analogy I liked actually. Once I heard in class when Vibhishan entered. For Vibhishan, there was so much pariksha was there actually. For Vibhishan, when he wanted to enter into Lord Ram's camp, everybody is discussing. But there are 4 Rakshasa followers of Vibhishan. Nobody asked about them. As soon as Vibhishan entered, they followed Vibhishan. उनके बारे में किसी को पूछा नहीं गया. So for us actually, when we follow our spiritual master Srila Prabhupada, he had to go through so many tests. But if we say I am Srila Prabhupada Anuga, I am his just follower, our entry will be very easy. We don't have to give so many tests. Right? So we become automatically dear to Krishna. If we love Srila Prabhupada, we become dear to Krishna. Automatically. Okay, let's move forward. I'll suggest if possible, may share open your mic also. No need to be so shy. So apni bhakt hai. So personally message kar denge. Guru Puja reflects the unity of ISKCON, where all devotees from different spiritual masters pay their gratitude to the founder Acharya. Wow, this is also a wonderful point. That all devotees from all different spiritual masters, they come together in Guru Puja and offer respect to Srila Prabhupada, irrespective of their own spiritual masters or their region or the place or their emphasis. So it brings us all together. Wonderful. Thank you for so many nice points. Okay, let's move forward. Presentation. So in ISKCON, we follow certain standards when we're worshipping our Guru. How many ways we worship our Guru in ISKCON? How many ways we offer our respect? What all places we offer our respects in ISKCON? क्या करते हैं हम गुरु को रिस्पेक्ट करने के लिए ISKCON में?
प्रणाम मंत्र प्रभु.
प्रणाम मंत्र गाते कीर्तन में एक दूसरा, या जब के पहले प्रणाम मंत्र गाते हैं उनका गुरु का, अपने गुरु का. दूसरा क्या करते हैं हम?
We pay obeisances.
या उनकी पिक्चर को हम ओबेसेंस पे करते हैं. तीसरा क्या, गुरु को कैसे हम रिस्पेक्ट ऑफर करते हैं?
Right offerings on Vyas Puja.
या उनका व्यास पूजा सेलिब्रेट करते हैं, हमारे गुरु महाराज के व्यास पूजा सेलिब्रेट करते हैं. और क्या तरीका हम रिस्पेक्ट करते हैं हमारे गुरु महाराज को?
Following his instructions.
Follow the instruction of spiritual master. Formally, और जहाँ पे भी वर्शिप होता है, ऑफरिंग लगाया जाता है, तो गुरु का पिक्चर रखा जाता है, तो वैसे भी आप वर्शिप करते हो, है ना? तो उसके लिए ISKCON के कुछ स्टैंडर्ड्स है जो हमें पता रहने चाहिए. मंदिर में जब हम अपने गुरु को वर्शिप करते हैं, I'm just sharing my screen. Can somebody read what is it written? Please read.
While performing aarti in the temple or at temple-related functions, a pujari may keep a small picture of his or her Diksha Guru on the aarti tray or table instead of on the altar, provided the Diksha Guru is an ISKCON approved Guru in good standing.
तो हम जितना देर पूजा होता है, बस उतना देर अपना गुरु का पिक्चर रखते हैं वहां पे, पूजा होने के बाद बाजू में रखते हैं. है ना. अपने घर में तो आप घर में रख सकते हो, परंतु मंदिर में जो कॉमन है, अलग अलग डिसाइपल्स होते हैं यहाँ पे. अभी आप सोचो, नो, इफ यू थिंक अबाउट दिस, लेट्स से आफ्टर 10-15 years or after 20-25 years, there are so many gurus, more gurus in ISKCON. How many pictures can you keep in the altar? So that's why we keep picture of Srila Prabhupada. And you're worshipping, for that time you keep picture of your guru for that time. And the picture of Diksha Guru should be smaller in size than the picture of Srila Prabhupada on the altar. It shall be removed after the Aarti. This is ISKCON law. You must know this. Even like I chant actually. So generally when I chant Pranati Mantra, I chant silently when I chant my spiritual master's Pranati Mantra. Namah Vishnupadaya Krishna Vishnaya Buddhi. Namah Vishnupadaya Krishna Vishnaya Buddhi. Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaurani Pacharani Nirvisheshwari Pashtata Dishtari. So generally when I chant my spiritual master Pranati Mantra, I'll be chanting little silently. I don't have to reveal that. Right? And generally it is also mentioned in scripture that one is supposed to hide one's guru. But when I chant Prabhupada's Pranati Mantra, I chant loudly. Because this was related to this actually, that's why I discussed this point. और क्या पॉइंट ISKCON में हम क्या फॉलो करते हैं, कोई पढ़ेगा ये?
No one in ISKCON will be addressed publicly with the honorific title His Divine Grace, nor be addressed either publicly or privately by the honorifics ending in Pada or Deva. Disciples may address their ISKCON Diksha or Shiksha Guru as Gurudev or Guru Maharaj.
ISKCON law है कि अपने गुरुदेव को ये जो टाइटल है His Divine Grace, ये रिजर्व्ड है. किसके लिए रिजर्व्ड है? शिव श्रील प्रभुपाद जी के लिए रिजर्व्ड है, सबके लिए नहीं है टाइटल. हमारे गुरु महाराज के लिए हम कौन सा टाइटल यूज करते हैं? Yes, His Holiness, गुरुदेव, परम पूज्य यूज करते हैं. और आइडियली जब भी हमारे गुरु का नाम लेते हैं तो प्रयास करना चाहिए हम ये टाइटल यूज करें. परम पूज्य, His Holiness, गुरुदेव, ऐसे टाइटल, ऐसे नाम सीधा नहीं लेना चाहिए. गुरु का सीधा नाम, सीधा नाम नहीं लेना. नहीं, हमें टाइटल्स लगाने चाहिए. दैट्स मैटर ऑफ रिस्पेक्ट.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, this the last quote you showed from ISKCON law. This is a book.
ISKCON law, yeah, it's available. ISKCON constitution is there, ISKCON law is there, it's available. ISKCON constitution is going some amendments and is going to be released soon.
Okay, so there are the amendments, and all the amendments are compiled in that book.
So basically ISKCON laws, GBC resolutions are passed and become laws. Every year GBCs meet and they pass certain laws. We also follow democratic procedure where more than half of GBC, when they vote for a particular resolution, then that is considered as passed. I think 3/4 of the GBCs.
So after every meeting, the new amendments which are coming to enforce, all the will be included.
They're published, they're maintained. Yes.
Okay.
आगे पढ़ेंगे.
Prabhuji, one question.
पूछिए. Yes, Prabhu.
His Divine Grace, I heard it's as an exception, it's allowed for His Holiness Gaur Govind Swami Maharaj as well. Is that correct?
I don't know.
Okay.
Because in ISKCON law it is written that only for Srila Prabhupada it is there.
Okay.
Prabhu, can I make a comment?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
See, when this is this topic has come to many a times, and whatever I had been in touch with Govind Maharaj teachings for last
Prabhu is
15
very
years.
closely connected. Prabhu is translated in books also. I think Rishi Kumar Prabhu को direct पूछना चाहिए था. Yes, Prabhu.
I will tell you the Siddhanting point because I have discussed this point with greater detail with Haldar Maharaj also and other devotees also. When Govind Maharaj was himself there, he never liked this point. When people used to say divine grace, he should say never use this word. This is reserved for my Guru Maharaj. Now, because of some excessive level, all these things, people used it and also printed it in some books after he passed away. But he himself said, never use it. I can show you one conversation where a disciple asked, Guru Maharaj, what we should call you before your name? And Govind Maharaj replied, you can say Shri Srimad. And now whatever books they are printing through two prominent publications, one through his Gopalji publication, another is Tattva Vichar publication. both the places they are writing Sri Srimad Gaur Govinda Swami Maharaj. But he himself also said, don't use it. So some disciples or some fanatic followers, I would say, have written it, have given these comments, but it has not been approved by Gaur Govind Maharaj himself. And also sometimes they do these things, but ISKCON Bhubaneswar also says, please don't do this thing. It is bringing controversy and problems to our Gurudev. Yeah, that's the point.
Everyone is supposed to follow ISKCON law. Ideally, then only things will be in place. Otherwise, everybody start their own offshoot program. Then what is the point in making resolutions? GVC, nobody's. So we'll move forward. Thank you, Prabhu, very much.
And one more point, Prabhu. After Gaur Govind Maharaj disappeared in 1996, there was a team of sannyasis who went to Bhubaneswar, and when they gave offerings to Gaur Govind Maharaj and the disciples, because he suddenly left, everyone in trauma. So there were many proper disciples also, many out of love and appreciation called him like His Divine Grace Gaur Govind Maharaj. But that was situational. But later on, it was not being called by many of them. So let us, I'm to say, forgiving, I'm to say, just accepting these 2-3 points. They have also saying that please don't use this word. This is creating problems and this is creating controversy. So that is the point, too. Yeah,
Thank you very much. Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. So,
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. One more question.
Yes,
Prabhuji, we use Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. That's okay.
yes, Jagat Guru also. Only for Srila Prabhupada.
Only for Srila Prabhupada. And his
Mostly.
divine grace is also.
Srila Prabhupada
And
sometimes
his
used-
divine grace is also.
Yes, his
Yes,
divine.
Prabhuji, continue. Please continue.
Many titles actually. When Srila Prabhupada used to call his spiritual master, Ashtot, Vishnubhat, Paramahansa, his divine grace, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur teacher, used to use so many titles actually. Vishnubhat, Paramahansa, Brajakacharya, Ashtot, Sri Sri, his divine grace. So there are many titles can be used actually. And it's wonderful. And the titles we use. Yes. And Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada sometimes used to make fun of some Indian spiritual master. जो लोग बाहर के गुरु है, कभी खुद को जगत गुरु प्रभुपाद जी कहते थे उनके 2-4 डिसाइपल है भारत में 2-4 जगह पे उनका प्रचार है खुद को जगत गुरु कह रहे हैं. Some people would comment like that. But Srila Prabhupada is real Jagat Guru. He traveled so many continents and preached and established so many centers. Mataji, is your question answered? Mataji? आवाज आ रहा है ना?
Yes, yes, Prabhuji.
आपको कीर्तन सुनाई दे रहा है क्या बैकग्राउंड में? यहाँ पे बड़ा कीर्तन चल रहा है. ओके ना?
Yes.
It's okay, Prabhu.
It's
Yeah,
not
no
disturbing.
problem. No problem.
It's not disturbing. You are clearly audible.
Little difficult for me, but good. At least you are not getting disturbed with that. आज यहाँ पे लोकनाथ स्वामी महाराज जी का शाम को, अभी नहीं, शाम को उनका कीर्तन मिला. Okay, read this point quickly.
Welcoming Vaishnavas. Events welcoming Vaishnavas, including those serving as Guru to ISKCON temples, should be modest. For example, offering of a sitting place, offering of prasadam and something to drink, presentation of a garland and performance of kirtan.
Yes. ऐसा नहीं बहुत बड़ा फेस्टिवल है. Modest, we celebrate when devotees come to the temple. As a part of a Vaishnava etiquette. Yes. Read further.
ISKCON members shall celebrate Srila Prabhupada's Vyas Puja celebration as a preeminent Vyas Puja ceremony in ISKCON. All ISKCON members are requested to write an annual Vyas Puja offering to Srila Prabhupada.
The grandest celebration which will happen in ISKCON and every temple is a Vyas Puja of Srila Prabhupada. Among all this, and temple may provide a facility for on their appearance day to celebrate their Vyas. Most prominent and the grandest festival of Vyas Puja will happen for Srila Prabhupada in ISKCON. Just to maintain that highlight that Srila Prabhupada is our central point. We are just following his teachings. So there is a mention of Vyas Puja, just a little bit side point. Where it is there? It's there in Chaitanya Bhagavat. There's a Vyas Puja celebration of Madhavendra Puri, celebrated by बहुत famous festival है मायापुर में. It's called a Shantipur festival. So Advaitacharya, in a Parampara song you read, Advaitacharya is a disciple of Madhavendra Puri. Advaitacharya Nityanand Prabhu, Ishwar Puri. So Advaitacharya celebrated when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had come to visit the second time. Actually, Shantipur had come after taking sannyas many years later. That time they had a grand celebration of Madhavendra Puri's festival. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu mentioned anybody eats prasad on this day, he goes back home, back to God. Hare Krishna. Am I visible? टाइम हो गया. आपको किसी का वीडियो नहीं दिख रहा है. Hare Krishna. Am I connected?
Yeah, Prabhuji, you are connected.
Yes.
Are you able to see me also?
Yes, Prabhuji. You can hear Kirtan also.
Yes, Prabhuji.
I'm not seeing anybody. सब blackout हो गया. पता नहीं क्या.
See, your voice is little breaking now.
For me also everything was got blackout हो गया. ठीक है, मैं 1 मिनट के लिए मेरा इंटरनेट कैमरा बंद कर रहा हूँ. We'll finish this chapter and we'll do small break. Okay, it's 5 o'clock now. Read this.
Vyas Puja and Tirobhav Mahotsav. In order to focus more fully on Srila Prabhupada and every devotee's special relationship with him, an ISKCON Shiksha or Diksha Guru may accept public Guru Puja in person once a year on ISKCON property on his or her Vyas Puja. This celebration may be held in the temple room.
Read further.
ISKCON members conducting Vyas Puja ceremonies for ISKCON Gurus shall observe them in a modest way, significantly less elaborate than Srila Prabhupada's Vyas Puja.
Yeah.
In general, devotees shall observe these Vyas Puja celebrations in their own locales. In ISKCON, Vyas Puja books may be published only for Srila Prabhupada.
अभी हम ज्यादा डिटेल में नहीं जा रहे एक्चुअली. व्यास पूजा, you must have heard Vyas Puja lectures, and there they mention that Vyas Puja is, what is Vyas Puja? Because Gurudev is a representative of Vyasadeva. Vyasadeva is the one who has actually compiled all the Vedas, Puranas, and he's given to us. And his appearance day is known as Vyas Puja. But spiritual master, ours is a Mayavadi sannyas, Mayavadi sampradaya. Generally they celebrate Vyas Puja on the Vyas Puja day only, because they are impersonal. But we are personal, so we celebrate on actual appearance day of the spiritual master. This Vyas Puja celebration.
Prabhuji, I have a question.
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji, इसमें लिखा है ना, in ISKCON, Vyas Puja book may be published only for Srila Prabhupada. So, Prabhuji, this is that Vyas Puja offering, na? Wala book.
Yeah, in ISKCON, Vyas Puja books may be published only for Srila Prabhupada. At least the broad circulation, Mataji. Now I seen actually, even it is written in a booklet. So there may be books actually, but it's not, everything is less grandeur. Less Srila Prabhupada Vyas Puja book, his celebration, everything is grand compared to all other spiritual masters. If you read the booklet, actually, it's, more details are given in the booklet. One second.
Prabhuji, I'm referring the book only.
Yes, Mataji. Read, ask Mataji.
Prabhuji, so my question is like, for His Holiness Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, they have this every year Vyas Puja offering book is published, though it is not at a library.
Right. Not only for Maharaj, Mataji, many other spiritual masters have seen it. Is
Yes.
It is there. Even it is mentioned for Shiksha Guru also, it can be there. Okay, but not like Srila Prabhupada, where broad circulation, open public circulation. That we don't do.
Yes.
Only to disciples, that way. Hmm? Okay. Let's move a little more further. Actually, there is one exercise all of you are supposed to do. Note down some reflections about attending Vyas Puja ceremony. Okay, so please share your some reflections about attending Vyas Puja ceremony. Please think about how did you find that? How did it inspire you? How it helped you? Please note some observation regarding Vyas Puja ceremony. समझ में आया सबको ये?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, who would like to share?
Prabhuji, so in the Vyas offering for Prabhupada or for your spiritual master, Prabhuji, based on one of their qualities, one of the Vaishnava qualities that they have, and you would want to imbibe that. So it is like on that particular day, you recommit yourself that I
Mataji,
seek your blessing.
This is more about your personal experience. You can tell that no, I went that time and I felt like this quality I liked. Here,
Okay.
it has been asked to share your personal experience.
Okay. So Prabhuji, when you see the devotees giving the offering and they have so much of personal interaction and realizations, that is very inspiring.
Right. It's very inspiring. When we hear other devotees and see their appreciation, it really inspires us. I've seen actually in our voice, we have this celebration of birthdays where certain devotees are glorified when their birthdays are there. So, and when new people come, new boys come, that is one of the most inspiring things for them actually. To hear about the glories of devotees from other devotees is very inspiring. So it's amazing to hear the glories of devotees from different devotees. So Vyas Puja, the glories of spiritual master highlighted, and thing is, we tend to take things cheaply over the period of time. We don't understand. Over the period of time, familiarity brings contempt, right? Ati parichayat avagya. So by hearing about spiritual master from so many devotees, we realize actually it's not ordinary person. It's extraordinary person. That really helps us. So that way it helps. Thank you, Mataji, for sharing. Any other experience of you attending Vyas Puja? How it helped you?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, there are many things because Prabhupada has done a lot of things and he has contributed a lot to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission, but we are not aware of all the things. So when we all gather together, so we see the inclination of devotees. Along with that, we in the offerings when we hear about some of the pastimes of Prabhupada that we've never heard.
Right, different angles, different viewpoints. We understand Srila Prabhupada's glories and in different ways, and really helps us to increase our appreciation for what Srila Prabhupada has done, and our Guru Maharaj also. Yes, thank you very much. Any other personal reflection?
Prabhuji, we get to see the dealings of our Guru Maharaj with his brothers and god sisters. We come to know how to have the relations with other devotees.
Right. So many other god brothers also come and they glorify spiritual master. We see their relation in our devotional service. Wonderful. Thank you, Maharaj. Any other point?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, when we hear about from other devotees about the glories of Prabhupada and our aspiring Guru Maharaj, we develop more faith in him and we are able to take more shelter. We become more determined to dedicate our life for the service of Guru.
It inspires us so much, and that inspiration culminates into more dedication and surrender. ISKCON, our Guru Parampara, our surrender is not a forced surrender. It cannot go very long. Our surrender is a voluntary surrender, based on inspiration. Wherever we are inspired, that nobody's paying in ISKCON for whatever service are being done, right? So when when we are inspired, we can truly dedicate ourselves. That helps. Thank you, Prabhu. Last, if somebody like to share.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Prabhuji, when I attend the Vyas Puja, first come first key, I learned how they are glorifying the Prabhupada, which all qualities they are glorifying. Of seeing their glorification, I understand how should I also look from that angle also, and how they have learned the things from Prabhupada.
We are so poor that we don't even know how to glorify a pure devotee. We don't even know what are the glories, right? We may glorify all the wrong things actually in the beginning, not wrong things, there's nothing wrong done by the great acharyas, but we may not able to properly glorify, right? But when you hear from great souls how they glorify, what aspects they glorify, we really understand how to truly appreciate a Vaishnava. Otherwise, our appreciation will be based on the material calculation only because we are coming from that background. So we truly understand. Very nice. Thank you. By hearing from devotees, we learn actually how to appreciate, what to appreciate. So the general principle, what is the general principle we can derive from this attending Vyas Puja? What are the general principles? A few principles. Most of you share principle only. I'd asked to share experiences. But anyways, the principles are when somebody attends Vyas Puja, he gains more inspiration, faith, dedication, surrender. For spiritual master, you get more knowledge about the contributions of the devotee. So it's very beneficial, and we should all participate in a Vyas Puja celebration, specifically of Srila Prabhupada, and everyone is supposed to write an offering for Srila Prabhupada. A simple offering of a heart. One devotee in a Montreal, Srila Prabhupada had gone, and it was a Vyas Puja of Srila Prabhupada, and one devotee joined just 1 week back, and he was called, and when he was called to give an offering, that devotee told, actually, I'm not very learned. I don't know much about philosophy, and I just joined. But since the time I've come, they've given me service of rolling chapatis, and I like this service so much. Srila Prabhupada, I want to do this service for you, life after life after life. I just want to roll chapatis for you, Srila Prabhupada. And he was crying, and everybody started crying. And Srila Prabhupada eyes also tears came. Right. So all these wonderful experiences we find in Vyas Puja kind of celebrations. Okay, we'll move a little further. Any question? Some chat points have come in chat. I'll just read that. It gives a lot of gratitude, respect toward Maharaj. One knows the glories of spiritual master. Glorification of the Guru. Thank you. Nice points. I'm just sharing my screen. 1 second. तो बाहर के लोग कभी कभी कंफ्यूज हो सकते हैं कि अरे व्यास पूजा क्यों दिया जा रहा है, चरण क्यों धोए जा रहे हैं या क्यों उनका वर्शिप किया जा रहा है. So there's some nice quotes are there here given in this presentation. How everyone wants to glorify Guru on Vyas Puja, but he's least interested in his glorification. We can see that how our Guru Maharaj is not interested. One time my spiritual master said that this was the most austere day for me. When his Vyas Puja was there, first Vyas Puja, he told, he had gone through so many austerities in his life, but he says that this was the most austere day. Srila Prabhupada, I was watching the following Srila Prabhupada DVDs. मैं उनका वीडियो देख रहा था following Srila Prabhupada जी. मैं एक बात बता रहे थे कि Srila Prabhupada जी को व्यास पूजा दिया जा रहा था. Prabhupada जी भी गा रहे थे, अपने गुरु के लिए गा रहे थे. And he was talking with devotees, and it's not like he's accepting, like he's very, he's looking very humble and he's offering the same respect to his spiritual master by singing that. So that really helped him to increase his faith in Srila Prabhupada. That Prabhupada is not only interested in, he's not interested in his own aggrandizement and his own glorification. He's also offering that to same to his spiritual master, right? So let's open. Yeah. Read here.
Herein lies the secret of Sri. Herein lies the secret of Sri Vyas Puja. When we meditate on transcendental pastimes of absolute Godhead, we are proud to feel that we are His eternal salvators, and we become jubilant and dance with joy.
Yes, that is a true joy of a Vyas Puja. When we realize we are eternal servants and we become jubilant and dance with joy. ये प्रभुपाद जी का होमेज है, पढ़ेंगे आप?
All glory to my divine master, for it is he who has out of his unceasing flow of mercy stirred up within us such a movement of eternal existence. Let us bow down at his lotus feet. The Prabhupada Vyas Puja homage in his divine grace. The Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Bombay, February 19.
Yes. He has stirred up bhakti in our heart, which is a moment of eternal existence. So this was the offering of Srila Prabhupada to his Guru. Those who are my devotees, direct devotees, are actually not my devotees, but those who are devotees of my servants are actually my devotees. So even Krishna offered worship to Sudama. Any Brahmana would come, even Rukmini had sent a Brahmana, and Krishna offered worship respect to them. Okay, so this finishes here. Guru Puja. कोई प्रश्न है किसी को और इसके ऊपर? Any questions? So I'll give a break, 10-15 minutes break we'll have. How much break we want? 15 minute का break. उसके पहले आ जाना चाहिए. और वापस चालू करते हैं ना अगला चैप्टर.
Hare Krishna, bro, I have a question about the exam.
Exam?
Can I ask now?
No, I don't know about exam. I'm sorry. You can ask. Vishesh bro, I am not very sure about what is exam policy right now for you. So can you please ask that in a group for BVRB devotees? They will answer.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. There is a break right now. Please come in 15 minutes. 15 minutes के अंदर सब आ जाना, है ना? Maximum 15 minutes. I want to re-log in because now I'm not seeing any video on my own video also. So can I make somebody as a host? मैं host बन गया हूँ actually. तो मैं meeting से log out करूँगा तो meeting बंद हो जाएगी. Can I make? Okay, I'm making you host. I'll rejoin in 10 minutes. I'll rejoin.
Okay.